Hi guys, my name is Wendy Kennedy and I am the creator, I guess we shall say, of this team page. And you are part of our team for the next, well, till the end of tomorrow at least. So I just wanted to say welcome, and I hope that you guys are all enjoying your visit with us. I was going to wait and make a video after I was all, showered and makeup and hair done. And I thought, okay, that happens so rarely now because I literally live in stuff like this. I've got my workout clothes on and I'm heading to the gym very shortly after I get through recording this. So I thought, okay, let's just do it, because this is how you're going to get me 99.9% of the time on team calls, on any videos that you get from me in my trainings. 99% of the time I am totally in my workout clothes. So this is what you're getting, and when you get me made up, hey, that's just a bonus, right? So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how I started as a coach. I did a program called Chalene Extreme. Oh gosh, how long ago? 7 years ago, I think. And I was just kind of in a really crappy place in my life, and I didn't have a whole lot of confidence, and I had no voice, basically. Like, I just couldn't verbalize anything that was in my brain, and it all came out wrong, and I just didn't speak up for myself. I didn't stand up for myself. I had a whole lot of negative crap going on in my life. And when I started this program, this was actually the turning point for me and all these changes in my life. And so I did the program called Chalene Extreme, and Chalene Johnson is the trainer in this program, and this was 3 months long. I worked out with her every day. Her and her people in the DVDs, they literally became my extended family, per se, for 3 months. And she was with me every day, and just her mentality and the way she approached how she spoke to you through the DVDs. And it wasn't just all about the workouts. I mean, yeah, you're working out, you're changing your body, you're getting the muscles. That's awesome and fabulous. You're getting healthy. But she had a little something extra in there, which was also about getting your mind healthy. And that's what I needed more than anything. I needed to get my mind healthy. And that was the turning point for me. And so after I did the first 3 months, I decided that I was going to do a second round. So I did. And after that, I literally felt like I was unstoppable. And I thought, okay, you know what? If I did this, I can do something else. What else can I do? What can this body do? So from there, I was coerced into doing P90X. And I thought that was just for all the crazy people back then, like what? This P90X, I saw the infomercials. I'm like, no way am I doing that. But my best friend, Matt, talked me into doing it, and I did it, and I loved it. And P90X is hands down my wheelhouse program. I freaking love it, love it, love it. So I went on to continue on with many of the programs I've done. I'm going to say 80–90% of them. I love them. And every time they put out a new one, Beachbody is fabulous for this, but I don't know how they do it, but every time they put out a new one, I want to do it, and it just keeps me fired up, and it keeps me wanting to push and go forward in my fitness and my health. And Shakeology was a huge part of that for me. And I have a little story for you, and I promise I'll try to keep this short. But the first time I saw Shakeology was at a friend. I was at her house, and her and I grew up together. And I live in Alberta, but I grew up in Nova Scotia, which is the opposite end of this huge country here. So she lives a few minutes from me here. And I was at her house, and I saw this bag on the counter. I'm like, oh, what's that? And so she passed it to me, and she told me all about it. And she wasn't a coach. I wasn't a coach. So I looked at the back of it and I was reading everything that was in it, and I was, my mind was blown because there was a lot of phenomenal ingredients in it. And then she said, oh, it's really great, but it's really expensive. And she is like this super fit, super crazy fit person. So I thought, okay, if she's doing this, if she's drinking this, then I'm totally going to be having it, right? So I went home and went to the Team Beachbody website and I logged on and I'm like, oh my, okay, that's crazy expensive. And I kind of just put it on the back burner because I thought there's no friggin' way that I'm spending that much money on a shake. And then it kept nagging in the back of my mind, over and over and over again. There's something about this. There's something about this. When do you have to do it? So I sucked it up. I bought the bag, and I have not been without it ever since. And that was long before I was a Beachbody coach. So I had nothing to do with Beachbody. That was about 5 years ago that I started drinking Shakeology. It was right after its inception and or conception. Oh wait, I think I need coffee. My brain's totally wonky here. But it's been a while and I would not do without it. And so to make a long story short, I went from doing the programs, drinking the Shakeology, and I knew that what Beachbody had to offer. I didn't know everything about it, but I started researching the company and starting to learn about the people that were involved in this company, the people who ran it, the people that were the top coaches at that time. And I started following them. I started paying attention to what they were doing. And the more that I did my homework, the more interested I was. And I'm like, you know what? What they have, what they're doing is what I need to be doing. So at that time, Canadians could not be Beachbody coaches. So I was like, here I am sitting wanting to do this and I couldn't do it. And 2 years ago in October, they brought this opportunity to Canada, and I was actually a founding coach, which is kind of cool. So I'm one of Canada's founding coaches, and I have not looked back, and I knew that it would be a way for me to change my life, how it had been up till that point. And I'm going to try to get through this without the ugly cry, because every time I talk about this, I do have a tendency to just like have a nuclear meltdown and, hashtag ugly cry is the new black. Well, yeah, that's my story. My husband has worked away from home for 13 years. Okay. I have seen him about on average 4 to 5 times a year for about a week at a time. That's not a lot. So basically I was a single parent, and that is not fun because he missed a lot of really important stuff. When you're a parent, everything's important. Everything, like the little things, like I'd mentioned in the post, like the tooth fairy stuff, there's the little funny moments that you have around the dinner table, and then the other things like Christmas concerts and sports events and birthdays. Oh my gosh, like knife to the heart. Can you tell me how brutal it is to not have your spouse there for kids' birthdays? Okay, so I'm going to try not to cry because I said I wasn't going to cry, but here I am having a meltdown. So my driving force right now is my kids are grown up, okay? My kids are grown up right now. And I can't go back and change the fact that my husband wasn't here, but I can do something about my future. And I have a grandbaby now. He's so precious. And I want my husband to be here to see him grow up and to us do things as a family together. And so we've got that to give to them, because when you go through a life without the other spouse there, it's not good. It's just not good. And like I said, I can't change that, but I can change my future. And that's why I am so passionate about what I do. I want to change my future. I want to bring my husband home from up north, which is where he is right now. He's about 14 hours away from me, and I still don't see him, only 4 or 5 times a year. And that is my why. That is my big, why that makes me cry. And I said I wasn't going to do it, and I did it. And I'm sorry, but if you're going to get in a room with me and we're going to talk about this, that there's always going to be tears. But that's my force, my driving force behind what I do. And, I love what I do. That is the majority of my driving force, okay? Let me tell you the other part. I work with people every single day. They pour their hearts out to me. I don't know the majority of them from a hole in the ground at first, but we develop this relationship and they come to trust me, and we work together, and I am their support system when they never had a support system. And when you have people pouring their whole heart out to you on a daily basis, that is what gets me out of bed in the morning, and that's what makes me excited every single day to do what I do, because I have people that are relying on me. I have a team. You see them here on this page. They're relying on me, and we all, we're here, we're in this together. So this group, this team Subject to Fire, it's not about me. It's about us. And it is the most amazing thing, honestly, that's ever happened in my life, career-wise. And career-wise, my mindset, just physically, it is a total package. It has changed my life in so many ways. I can't even begin to tell you. What I've told you is just a kind of a brief excerpt, but man, I'm telling you, if you're looking to do something different, if you're looking to change, you've got to do something than you've done before, something different than you've done before. And for me, this was it. I wanted to change. I wanted to do something different. So to get those results, I had to do something different. I had to create something different. And I will never, ever regret spending that money for the coach sign-up fee, ever, because my life has changed. And now that you've seen my ugly cry, I hope you don't run screaming from the page. But anyways, I just wanted to put that out there and share that little tidbit with you guys, because you are only here for 3 days. And I hope some of you, maybe take a really serious look at this as a possible career for you, because when I first started, I wasn't sure how it was going to play out. I just knew that it was going to, and I didn't have all the answers. I had no experience. I didn't know the facts. There was just so much I didn't know, but I learned it, and I was persistent, and I was dedicated, and I was consistent. And that's how I got to where I am today, as a coach. So if you have any questions, please keep them coming. And I am so excited and honored that you chose to come and visit our page for 3 days, because this tells me that you're interested in what we're doing. And I do consider it an honor that you have chosen to come and visit us. So that's all I have to say. Have a fantastic night. Bye-bye.